Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Tyranny. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we get to know a little bit more about Aurora over here. And these two fair ladies were having a go at each other last episode, because they were actually, they're from different sides of the army. So basically she's disfavored, and she is a Scarlet Vengeance? Scarlet Fury? Yeah, she's a Scarlet Fury, which is from the I think Scarlet Chorus. I think that's how it goes. But anyway, we were talking to Aurora, and we're going to continue doing that before we leave the place we're in right now. So how long have you been with the disfavored? 7 years. She pauses to count on her fingers. 2 seasons, mayhap a handful of days. I trained at the Fort Resolution a bit before the conquest. Compared to the commanders you find around camp or stationed at Ironhearth, that makes me one of the young bloods. This has been a long and grueling campaign, but the end is in sight. We'll soon have the Outbreakers back under control. We can rest, retrain, and even cycle out troops so we can see our families again. What can you tell me about the Vendrian Guard? By the way, the Vendrian Guard are the guys that we just attacked. That guy over there was part of them. They are the last gasp of the Younger Realms. Among them are warriors that escaped the bastard city siege, a few refugees from other victories, and a bunch of Vendrian locals with delusions of independence. The southern waste, excuse me, these southern wastrels cannot match our iron, nor the Chorus's members. What on Tyranny gave them the nerve that, the nerve to rise up and ask for a second helping of battle is anyone's guess. Tyranny is the earth that we're in. I think that's, or could be the continent, but yeah, it's like the land. What on earth? Yeah, I think that's what she means. So seen anything interesting during the war? I once saw a forge-bound artisan set himself on fire. Occupational hazard. That was an unpleasant day. The first of many, to be honest. I heard about the Edict you proclaimed at the burning library, but thankfully I wasn't there. One fire was enough for me. Yeah, I did that, didn't I? It's okay. I mean, I didn't really have a choice. I could choose to do it at the end, but, well, fortunately she wasn't there. Carry on, then. She taps her gauntlet to her breastplate in salute. Have a pleasant siege, Fatebinder. Okay. Kyra's peace be with you. She's not going to join us, unfortunately, although I think I might have more questions for her. Let's see. No, not really. Not really. I did see other questions that I might have had.
Can't do that.
That's me. There it is. We have a scroll, a sigil of distant... What? A sigil of distant impact. We got a cheese over there, and we have ourselves a quick finder bangles that... is an accessory that provide haste. That's pretty good for me rather than for her. And we have ourselves another Falx over here. Those are... I think I have another one over there. Yeah. Just guarding them because we might need them later. This thing can be used over there. That's going to be for her then. Right there. And what about this thing? The scroll contains a medical expression that we can't use right now, so I'm going to put it over there. And what is this, by the way? You got the Sky Cap. It's a mushroom that improves... Oh, I remember. They improves the imbuer's wits and magical acuity, as well as aiding in the recall of obscure beats of lore. That's actually pretty good. Huh. So, yeah, I remember that because we also have Rot Spear over here that increases your, that makes you basically enraged, and for 2 minutes, 2 whole minutes, and also gives you 4 might, which is not really that good for me. And actually, I don't know why I have that. No, that's her that has that. Actually, I haven't looked at her. By the way, these are the skills we can level up. The skills, I don't know why some are red and some are green. Does it mean that it's like, I don't know what it means. I have no idea. No, it doesn't say. Could be for a buff or something, because she has... Yeah, she has a quickness right there. Yeah, it's because of the buff. And the rest of the stuff is minus to all skills. Oh, she's wounded. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I see that. I understand. Does it also remove lore? Yes, it does. It's not weird at all. Okay, so I was gonna look at her stats, and I think I need to do this like so, and she has got... Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, I'm way quicker than she is, although... she's a terrible character. She's a terrible... I mean, yeah, she is a terrible character. Look at a comparison. I'm much better. I mean, I'm a little bit less healthy, but... And the fact that I don't have the resolve might be a little bit bad, but... I'm much better than her. Anyway, let's continue.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
You can. Just do the things I tell you to do. I think that can be accessed through the outside, because look at that. And let me also look at the map here. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to get... Oh, I can click here. Oh, it's easy then. Do I need to talk to anybody over here? I think not. And let's go outside and see what these guys have to say. Also save the game, just in case. I didn't save the game, just in case. There it is. Save the game just in case. And we have a guy here called... Is this just a stone shield? He doesn't say anything. Drastus says, you're good to pass. Yes, I am, but first I'm gonna go outside because there's a thing up there that I must get. And hopefully... Also, I need to figure out how I can... Let's see. So she has plus dodge on her stance. Let's look at the dodges. So we have, this one is minus dodge, but adds a bonus damage to your next attack equal to 50% the damage received from attackers. So it's basically the Red Geyser, actually. It's an apropos name. I like that. And over here, this one gives you accuracy for bows. I think
I see as the crow flies.
Can you please not do that? That's because that's pretty weird. Thank you. Now, what about my stances? I can have stances? Okay, well, I can't have stances. I'm gonna be the one jumping into battle, because after all, I'm a little bit better. And she is wounded, which means... Does she gain health over time? Wounds are cleared on rest. Yes, I knew about that, but... Because I think this works like in Pillars of Eternity. Let's climb up here, get that stuff, and, yeah, we don't have lore.
Got it.
To get the other one that we got before. We got another one over here that, again, requires lore. That's fine. I really want to find a spellcaster of sorts or something, so that I can have a full party. I think that would be good. A fighter in me, even though I don't have that much... I need another tank. I need a tank as well. We'll see. So these are actually pretty good. An armed DPS. That's plus deflection. Yeah, 2%, 4% precision. Yeah, I think these are going to be better for me because they also decrease the deflection. This is a good improvement over Pillars of Eternity. The fact that it allows you to quickly see whether an item is better or not. I mean,
I got it.
I don't know if there are more stats right now. I remember the deflection, the recovery. I remember, yeah, there's the defenses, and there's just a bunch of stuff because it's a complex system after all. So let's get out of here. Let me save the game. There, and let's go. Ooh, okay. So we are over there, I think, and we're over here. That's our banner right there. Edgering Ruins. Edgering Ruins is nestled within Apex's western range, serving as the gateway into Vendrian's Well. Well, Kyrus' forces have recently transformed it into a full garrison to ward off insurgents desperate to leave the well. And that's what they meant, because last episode, or was it the beginning of this one? So they said that they were hopeful of, I think it was last episode, they said that they were hopeful of leaving if they just rushed the ruins, the Edgering Ruins over here. And it makes sense, because we're trapped in here, and definitely because the pass is now gone. If we don't do our quest, terrible things will happen. So let's go to the disfavored camp. Let's read the description, though. This fort was constructed shortly after routing rebels along the valley's western edge. The Archon Grave Ash directs all disfavored efforts from this location. Graven Ash, yeah, not Graven Ash. Take 3 hours? Sure, go right there. We're gonna meet an Archon. Because I'm kind of curious to see what they are. I love that. I love the fact that we have full screen loading screens, because we didn't have that in Pillars of Eternity. And now we do. Okay, so we have a Sterling Hang-On over there, or a guy called Sterling. Take what you can carry, but leave the cart. Otherwise, we seize you and your wares. Who are you, sir? This is robbery, says that guy. Crescent Runner. Who the hell are you guys? They are, yeah, this is Kyrus' law. Well, is it? Is it now? Let me save the game here. I'll have a chat with these guys. Right there. Hail, Fatebinder. The disfavored scout nods at your approach. Camps on up ahead. Camps on up ahead. Don't miss us. Don't mind us. Just clearing out the rabble. I still don't understand what I've done to offend, says the guy. I respect that these are your disfavored lands, and I'm happy to give the Legion a proper toll, but she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I'm not allowed to trade one thing for another. Am I not allowed to trade one thing for another? It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. The Overlord regulates all trade. If you lack the proper permits, your goods are forfeit. A trade permit? Well, how was I mean, to whom would I speak for such a thing? Not to us, says this guy, and not our problem. Maybe march your butt to Bastard City and plead your case before Tune On, but we'll lighten your burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make the long trek a little bit more bearable. Actually, anything to be argued before Tune On may be argued before me. Oh, I have lost favor with the disfavored. That's fine. What's there to discuss, says the guy. We should kill this mongrel, and the warrior pauses, placing her hand in front of her mouth. Oh, if the Fatebinder wishes to weigh in on the matter, courtesy demands we listen. The soldier clears her throat, looking at you expectantly. This is a disfavored matter, she says, but I know the agents of the court do so love to throw their judgments around. Yeah, okay, so I'm still at tier 2. I did lose a little bit of favor, but let's see what happens. Well, goes on Sterling, you could rob me now and have my supplies today. The merchant grabs a flask from his cart. Or you can leave me alive and have fermented honey all year long. I even know a few family recipes for painkillers and healing draughts. Certainly any army will need those. He uncorks a small ceramic vial and the aroma of cloves and lanolin assaults your nose. Curious. Let's go with subterfuge. I'm going to try and focus on subterfuge. Curious, I was just hearing about a supply caravan of reagents going missing. Well, I don't see how that relates to me. I mean, it's, ooh, I gained some skill experience right there. I mean, I've only just arrived here. I couldn't have been involved in anything like that. Yeah. So, you just happened to cart all of this by yourself from over the mountains in hope of making money in the middle of the battle? I'm not buying it. Well, I suppose some of it's looted. The peddler tosses his hands up in the air. Look, I'm just trying to scrap together an inventory to sell. All the tiers have been wrapped up in war. Forces a man to get creative with the source of war or wares. I found most everything out in the forest of the valley. I'd keep my head low when I heard sounds of combat, then I'd take a look and grab whatever wasn't claimed by the first victors. So then you stole from the disfavored dead? How else did you get your hands on that iron? The scout points to the merchant's cart. You would come here and sell us our own armaments. Yeah, seems like that guy wasn't that good after all. Well, if anything, as an owner, he says, I will return it, but this iron would have turned to rust if I left it in the mud of the battlefield. The disfavored are few in number. Is that not right? You need men like me to gather up supplies that would otherwise go to waste. Yeah, you do. It's true, and you need to be reimbursed for your effort, I suppose. But you are lying, so you are... Let's see. So I could kill him, I could get his stuff, but you will pay them handsomely for such charity. Yeah, I think this is the better one. This favorite will tolerate your presence, but you will pay them handsomely for such charity. We will? Oh, wait a minute. No. That's not what I wanted. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Screw that. Load the game. Load. Say goodbye. Say no. That's not the disfavor that I'm gonna pay. There it is. It's the guy that needs to pay. Okay, I'm gonna take his supplies then. I mean, I understand what he means, and I think it's good for the war effort if they have stuff. But let's just see. So the Overlord. Go with that, because that's what we chose before. And go with that. They don't like me too much. That's fine. Let's go with this one, Subterfuge. So, yeah, I'm not buying that. And I break him, which is good. And then, let's go with this. Leave this card as a gift to the Gratian Ave. Then leave and never come back. The last of the great northern generals to send against the Overlord in ages past. Oh, good. That's an interesting thing. Maybe I'm gonna have to kill him. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's leave, and yeah, let's tell him to leave. Thank you, Fatebinder, says the Crescent Runner. That's the guys from the disfavored. I know others of your ilk would gleefully meddle in our affairs at every opportunity. The soldier turns her attention to the merchant. I hereby reclaim these trappings of the Overlord for use by the disfavored. If you want to leave, take 2 steps to your left and don't move a muscle. The peddler shakes his head with a scowl and steps aside as directed. With a scowl? Oh, I should have killed you. Speeding towards his own cart, Hang-On mutters a half-garbled curse before placing his hands up in submission. That's insubordination right there. I spared his life. I spared his life.
Right.
Slow down a moment, says Verse. I know we are both eager to watch the Archon bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. What's that? Well, the voices of Nerat told me that you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story. So let's have it out. What's so special about you? Let's see. Subterfuge here. Yeah, let's go with that one. Did the voices of Nerat ask you to spy on me? At the loss for words, Verse regards you with momentary unease. You have gained loyalty with Verse and gained subterfuge skill. Well, she says, are you even surprised? He's the Archon of Secrets. Knowing in advance is his business, so he's snatching up any advantage over Graven Ash. Those two compete like a couple of new recruits for a spot around the fire. It's nothing nefarious. The voice is just curious why you're here. If you wanted to know more, you wouldn't be able to suss it out that easily. You would have sent one of his scarier peons in my stead. Scarier than you? Huh. Let's see. I could lie. Do I want to trust her? More importantly, do I want to trust the voices? Huh. Let's see. The voices of Nerat. Let's remind ourselves of what that is. Known is the... Oh, this guy, the head of spies. This guy's probably the second most powerful person in the Empire, behind the Overlord, I would think. What else has the voices of Nerat told you? Only that I could find you in the Edgering ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of a crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of the Tyranny River. She laughs, but there's a forced nature to it. So she's insecure right now. Is that for verse? Yeah, that's for verse. That's for her specific loyalty right there. It's not really for the that's my banner, by the way. Why so suspicious though? It's just a feeling I got when the Archons are together. The air gets as taut as a bowstring. I can't help but think that amount of compromise will get them seeing eye to eye. That no amount of compromise will get them seeing eye to eye. So why invite a mediator from Tunan's court? It doesn't add up. Yeah, actually, what is our... Oh, yeah, wait, I was gonna ask, what is our mission? Well, our mission is the terrible thing that we're here. We need to, basically... end this siege, right? They need to give up. The army, the defending army needs to give up, otherwise all these guys are gonna die. And maybe I'm gonna need her on my side. Yeah, the Edict. Why do you think the Archons are at odds, though? I've been with the Scarlet Corps since the early days of the Conquest, so I can say it's been building for a few years now. There's an energy about those two, like a pair of storms moving to collide. I heard tell that Graven Ash and the voices of Nerat shared some bad blood in the Northern Empire, but I don't know any of the particulars. Well, by my authority, the Archons will fall in line. And by my fist, probably. We'll see. She gained loyalty. Awesome. Oh, that sounds like exactly the attitude to set this campaign in the right direction. Good. She's happy with that. I don't envy you the task of getting them to cooperate, which sounds about as easy as teaching a tornado to heal. At least you sound like you know what you're doing. Yeah, I do. I'm here to deliver an edict from Kairos. Oh, that makes a crazy kind of sense. Considering how long the siege has taxed the armies, I can understand why Kairos would send you with an edict to speed things along. Have you read it? Do you know what it says? Yeah, the Archons must claim Assassin Hall by Kairos' Day of Swords, or all will perish. So that's the 26th of every month, or span. Is Kairos' day. It is a day of holiday and rest for all within the Overlord's Empire. Each Kairos' day is the last day of its span and is referred to by the span's name. Kairos' Day of Swords, therefore, is the 26th day of the span of swords. Huh, okay. So that's our current span, I believe, 26th day. I don't know what time it is, but we might be able to see that. Let's tell her the truth. One more thing for the Archons to fight over, she says. Well, thanks for cluing me in. If Kairos sends any lightning our way, just tell me when to duck. Yeah. So, I really ought to be meeting with the Archons. Now, the war tent is just past the center of the camp. She nods towards the northeast. One last thing. Be careful around these disfavored types. They take their work seriously, and must have suffered too many blows to the head. Okay, sounds like a plan, and it also sounds like she likes me a little bit. Look at that, reputation ability unlocked, versus loyalty ability, death from above. Yeah, you get you unlock abilities as you increase your reputation with them. I'm not really sure where to see that. I think it's over here, versus talent tree. So this is, I don't actually, requires 3 talent points. I have 1 talent points. Oh, okay. So this is how we level up, and she has 2 talent points to. Is that how it goes? Can I click anywhere? Let's see. So she got Killing Spree, requires 1 talent point in the Duelist tree. I can't assign anything. Okay. Number of points spent in Duelist tree. Yeah, we're probably going to be able to level up some other way. So, yeah, let's talk to her again, though, because let's just ask her the questions that she didn't answer before. There were a couple of
At
questions
your service, Fatebinder.
She bows with an added flourish, because I'm now at loyalty level 3.
What do you need?
Well, tell me about yourself.
If you insist. I'm a Scarlet Fury.
Yeah.
What I won't enjoy are... Until then, I plan to take whatever I can from life and
I think it was
have
this
a
one.
little...
Life? What life? As far as I'm concerned, I didn't exist before. No. Which was the one? Was the parents? How'd you get conscripted? Nope. The feathers, that's right. We're getting awfully chummy, she says, so I guess you deserve a story. My mother kept a messenger bird, Weederbick. He was an angry old bastard, spoiled from living the high life. Squawked in my window every single night. Pecked my fingers while I fed him only the fattest, juiciest mice. When I left the farm to join the Scarlet Chorus, I wrung that ungrateful little fucker like a dish rag, plucked its feathers, and gave his carcass to the mice. It felt like justice. She slides a crimson leather from her hair and spins it in her fingers. I also like how the feathers catch the breeze. Helps me keep my balance, especially when I'm moving fast. Really? Are you really sure that's what it is? She slips the feather among the others and smooths it back. That's pretty interesting. That actually is very interesting. I did have another ability, another question over here. I think, was it, time
The Scarlet Chorus is mostly for madmen and peasants with rusty daggers, but it's also a little niche of freedom that I never had. Once I survived training and met my Scarlet Fury sisters, I saw a different side of the Howling Mob.
Yeah, so I think it was the training or something?
For a new there's nothing in the world like the elite fight.
Nah.
We focus.
No, that's the name? Oh, your real name. Oh yeah, she tells me the same story. Weapon skill, and then she goes on...
What do you need to know?
Nothing right now.
What do you need to know?
About your combat abilities, yeah, that's good.
Do you now? Call me intrigued.
Really?
You already know that I memorized the moves of my Scarlet Fury sisters. If it seems like a total mystery to me, I don't know how you could have arrived at any conclusions, but I'm open to ideas.
Did you take their fighting moves or the memory of their fighting moves? Remind you of anyone?
If you want to split hairs over it, you could argue that I took their instincts, their reactions, but I failed to see... Wait. Are you trying to compare me to the voices of Nerat?
I don't know, man. I've heard some things about that.
The voices of Nerat is a monster. We both know that Taratus has never seen a creature more despicable than him. Never mind that he's kind of my boss.
I'm not comparing you to the voices, only this talent you exhibit.
My little talent that latches onto my friends and bleeds them dry, you mean? Because I never asked for it.
Bleeds them dry?
I've traveled with the chorus for years. I've seen what the voices can do, and it scares me, all right? The idea that everything I am could be reduced to that. If I had that kind of power, if I could become like him, I don't know how I could live with myself. I'd rather drown myself in a camp latrine.
You don't have to become like him, just be selective.
I'm sure he had the same idea when he got started. But you know what they say about power? It's usually wielded by assholes. My sisters died. Oh, you should have seen us. We were amazing together. I didn't mean to take away what made them special, but I did it all the same. And let me tell you, it felt terrible. If I lived a century, I might never figure out how to make that happen again. And more importantly, I don't want to.
Yeah. So what she told us about her sisters... Let's ask, I think I might have jumped a question or something. Let's go with this one. How is it that you picked up your fallen sister's weapon skill? That's been on my mind for some time, she says, and I still don't have an explanation that fits. I have a few ideas, but Scarlet Furies share a sort of link. It's how we coordinate our dances in the heart of battle, the heat of battle, and we don't pass messages or anything, but our emotions and intentions sync up without words. She starts worrying one of her knives. After a moment, she sighs and slaps the blade back into its sheath. Okay, go on. The one thing I always knew was that I felt this connection more keenly than my sisters did. I could pick up nuances that they missed. I could feel them from farther away. When my sisters died, I felt each of them getting yanked out of my brain like someone pulling snails from a garden. But some of their slime residue was still there. Does that make any sense? Well, I would take comfort in that. Your sisters live on in you, I guess. Huh. Oh, she's fearful for me. Huh. Your optimism is cute, Fatebinder, if singularly useless. It won't bring my sisters back, and it doesn't fix this thing in my head that I don't understand. No matter how you paint it, some part of my sisters broke off in me when they died, and now I'm left to deal with it. Just another day in the tears, right? Yeah, I suppose. Oh boy. I'm tier 4 there, but she's a little bit afraid. Can I do away with fear? I hope I can. No, I'm tier 3 in loyalty and tier 1 in fear. Okay. So what are your thoughts on the disfavored? A warren of self-entitled children so wound up in delusions of honor, they are likely to hang themselves by their own high standards. I wish they had stayed in the Northern Empire where they belonged. Now we could get some real work done in the tiers. Huh. What do you think of their leader? Yeah, we're gonna meet with this guy. We might as well ask her about this. What do you think of their leader? I've seen enough of that high-minded braggart to know that he's all duty. Nothing but a charismatic, broad-shouldered scarecrow. He calls himself the Archon of War, though, by the way, he stalls his forces waiting for a better strategy to present itself. He would think he's afraid of battle. He would think that someone more deserving would take Ash's mantle from him, but that disfavored have this cult of personality built around their great general. In their eyes, he can do no wrong. So what about Ash's connection to his troops? Graven Ash protects. His soldiers keep harping on those words like they mean something. I don't deny that his favorite can take a few extra lumps on the battlefield, but that only speaks to their thick-headedness. If anything, it's only true because his soldiers place that much trust in him, or in it. I've seen the power of suggestion do stranger things to people. Really? Stranger than heal battlefield wounds? I don't think so. Suit yourself? I'm just putting it out there, and I don't see you coming up with any great explanation for a soldier who bounces back from a killing wound. Really? Who would you see take Ash's place? I would rather let the disfavored sort it out among themselves. Graven Ash is this aging figurehead of what should be a constantly changing role. The right soldier needs to grow a pair and kill the old man, kick his cane out from under him, remind the Legion that what strength looks like. The Voices of Nera changes. He's a multifaceted gem, and the Scarlet Chorus is a reflection of that beauty. If someone could rise up and strike down the Voices, any of us would follow them in a heartbeat. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. You are this guy's the leader of the Scarlet... Oh, okay. Yep. Inconsistent leader of the Scarlet Chorus. Okay. I thought he was just leader of the spies, but I guess the Scarlet Chorus is like a sort of mixture. The armies are the definition of the armies is it's really interesting. They have their own personality, sure, but I wasn't able to guess it or to understand it right off the bat, and we're getting to know it a little bit better as we talk to her. So yeah, let's say farewell, and let's also say, oh, again, subterfuge. Pretty good, pretty good. And let's also say goodbye for the day because we are out of time for now. So let me just unlock this thing. Hard. Get some agate. Let's not put it there. Let's put it over there. And say goodbye. So I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Tyranny. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.